welcome to A Stab in the Dark. I'm Joe, and I'm always joined by these two. It's Mike and Dave.
Always.
Hello.
Always. I have to be.
Yeah, you sound like your soul died just a little bit saying that.
Dave, as is known to everyone now, 30.
30.
Welcome, 30 to
I
the
love
show.
40. I'm fine with it. That's not an insult to me. I'm fine with it. Also,
And
they're
you're
rich.
right.
That's
How are you
He's
today?
currently on the wagon. Yeah.
Are you okay,
I don't know.
30?
I'm okay. I haven't met my Candice yet to avail me.
Amy. Yeah.
True.
And how are you, Mike? You alright?
I'm great. I'm a little bit nasally, as the viewers, or viewer perhaps, who knows how many there is out there, may notice. So,
Well, with that, let's get straight into it. And we're going to go for your horror delights and frights. So what have we been watching this week? To be honest, this week I don't have any frights. I've only got 2 delights.
Oh.
So that's
why are you
I'm
not
sorry.
watching shit movies, man?
Because I just don't have the time for that.
Disgraceful.
But I'm not going to start with myself. We're going to start with Dave this week. So Dave,
great.
give us your picks.
Well, I have a delight first, and I also have a bit of show and tell, which is perfect for listeners.
I was going to say, is it next to you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I bought myself a 4K
Nice.
of The Hitcher from the 70s, the original one with Rutger Hauer.
From CEX, or is this a internet purchase?
Oh, it's from CEX.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, one of my favourite thrillers of all time. I was a big guy.
I'd say it's a horror film. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure. I was gutted I didn't mention it in our first ever episode of underrated films, because although it's like, it's well regarded, I feel like people don't talk about it enough.
Yeah, it's more of a cult classic, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit bigger than a cult classic, but it's not, like something everybody's
It's not like the top tier. And it's not like a mainstream thing that everyone's seen, I would say.
Yeah, it got the
But-
treatment that a lot of classics get because it got a shit 2000s remake, right? So
I don't mind it. Sean Bean, come on, it's all right.
not everything Sean Bean's in is good. I feel like it's not the marker for
Everything.
quality. He wasn't he in the start of Silent Hill 2 that we mentioned last week? That's
Everything. All of
Well, that was the
bit
best
is
part,
good.
though.
Like, how
that
does
is
it resurrect-
actually the best bit. Yeah,
He has quite a big storyline, I think, doesn't he? In one of them.
yeah. Isn't he just moping around because his wife died?
Great storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah, great storyline.
it's not even the horror bit. Yeah.
But yeah, The Hitcher. You haven't seen it, have you, Joe?
I've not seen it. No, I need to see it. I'm going to
That's
borrow
amazing.
your Blu-ray.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, it gets you right into it, like from minute one. It's gorgeous. Like the film, it's shot so well. It's an amazing transfer into 4K, this one as well. Super thrilling, like very surprising ending as well. And I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, highly recommended, and I think you'll love it.
Yeah, from what I remember, it's quite gripping throughout. Right, it's like
It's
pretty
non-stop,
tense.
pretty much. Yeah, it's just
Rutger
like cat
Hauer's
and mouse.
in his like Blade Runner, really giving a shit about his performance and doing quite well at it phase, rather than just taking the paycheck from later on. So yeah, it's good.
All right. Well, I'll go next with my horror delight, and I've got 2, but I'll start with this one, which is the Horror of Frankenstein from 1970. It's the Hammer production. As I said, I've got the DVD box set behind me, and this was the second one on my list to watch, and it's kind of following a young Frankenstein. Cocky, handsome, he's obsessed with the human anatomy, and it's kind of like a really different young version of the character of Victor Frankenstein. And I noticed in the film, like, the first hour is amazing. Like, the build-up of his character is great, and him, like, stealing bodies and paying people off to steal bodies from morgues and in the ground and through natural disasters and stuff. All of that is amazing. The monster bit at the end is the weakest part, I think, unfortunately for me, in that film. Like,
Yeah, I think I kind of remember that because this was. I've just looked it up. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. This is the 6th of 7 Frankenstein Hammer movies.
Well,
By
is this your first one, Joe, that you're
yeah,
watching?
this is my first
Jesus.
one I'm watching.
And by this point, I think they were thinking that the audience was kind of sick of Frankenstein, so they were focusing on other elements, I think.
Yeah. And so it's really cool, and I love that he's sort of this playboy type, cold, like he loves women and loves just sleeping around, and he's actually very attractive to everyone. And
What, Frankenstein's monster is sleeping around?
No, Frankenstein
Victor
himself.
Oh.
Victor Frankenstein.
That would
Well,
be
that's
a
a
great
cooler movie.
subversion.
That's a cooler movie.
Just creates the coolest cat imaginable on his table.
It kind of follows Victor Frankenstein at college and at university, but he's too good for it. He's better than his college professors. and then he goes home to his dad, and his dad's like really he's not happy with him at all, and he's like, I'd give you money if it was for women, like, and you've got someone pregnant, but I am not giving you money for your weird science projects.
Yeah.
So the next day he kills his dad, like, by booby trapping the gun.
Yeah, they're quite brutal. The previous two before this are really brutal. I think this one's less brutal, but is it's a bit sexy, right? This one.
Yeah, like all the women in this are wearing really low cut tops.
Yeah,
like, every single woman, just about.
Like when Hammer started waning in popularity, they were like, right, let's get the sexy ladies in.
Yeah.
It's the 70s. Put the 70s porno grooves on.
Yeah.
The sexy blondes.
And it's good. Like he kills everyone in his path. He sort of like he ended up being
kind
quite
of slashery,
cool,
aren't they? Like early slasher.
It is, and he sort of is a bit of like what's he into? Like sort of eugenics almost. It's like eugenics and stuff, and like being really interested in all of that. And he's not interested in ever like loving someone. He's a complete sociopath. It's great, and he
It sounds really good. I want to watch it.
Great. And like I said, the first hour is amazing. As soon as you see the monster, it makes a bit less sense, and they're not. I don't think they really know how to tie it up. But I think it's a refreshing take on Frankenstein and the franchise, and the only one to not star Peter Cushing, if I'm correct on that, in all the Hammer Frankensteins, all 7 of them. So yeah, I totally recommend that one if you can grab a copy of it.
Yeah, that's correct. Because for whatever reason, he was in. Well, I kind of know the slight backstory on this because he's in the one after this, but he's not in this one.
Right.
But I know that it's because the previous one to this is quite an actual fucked up movie. Like he's a rapist. Like he rapes a woman, and like Peter Cushing was very much against that as a person and as a character, especially as he's like the protagonist. So I think he might probably skip this one for like, disgust reasons, perhaps.
Yeah.
Also, his wife died around this time as well, so it might have had something about it. I'm bringing the podcast down a little bit, but
yeah. Bring it into real terms. Like, this is real. Go on. And with that, Mike,
does he normally play Frankenstein?
Does he normally?
Yeah. He's usually Victor Frankenstein. Yeah.
So
I think
Peter
every
Cushing.
single other one, like Joe said, yeah.
But
he's awesome. Man. Like he's like extremely good. In fact, I'd say he's better than. I'd rather see him in a Hammer movie than Christopher Lee. Honestly, like he's like what Hammer is as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. But I'll move on to my treat. So my treat is called Road Games, and it's another tasty Australian movie.
Nice.
From 1981. And it's essentially, if you imagine the movie Duel, but then also the movie Rear Window, and like splice those together. So it's like a subversion because he's the truck driver, the main character, but he keeps seeing this van that's like he sees the guy peeking out of his window watching the trash get collected at 5 a.m. and he's thinking, why is he doing that? And then he sees him digging a hole in the middle of nowhere and stuff. And it's very like cat and mousey, and you're wondering whether he's like just imagining it or whatever. Stacey Keach is the main character, and he's awesome. Jamie Lee Curtis is in and out of it as a hitchhiker, and she's really good in it as well. It's tense and treaty, and it's directed by Richard Franklin, who's the guy who did Psycho 2.
Oh,
recommended.
Nice.
That sounds really cool.
It's very Hitchcocky, yeah, and in a good way, not in an early Brian De Palma way. Yeah, so
nice choice. Right, Dave, any frights for you this week?
I do. I have a gutting fright. So last time I told you that we rewatched X and Pearl.
Yeah,
and
this is still shit, is it?
This time, okay, not shit, but still disappointing. Like it just doesn't live up to the other two.
Yeah.
I would say
but maybe it's because you set up for failure, right? Because you watched the previous two so shortly behind it. If you'd led with Maxine, might that have helped?
It's possible. I would say that I actually liked it more this time than the first time. I think like knowing what I was signing up for a bit more, I think I could meet it a bit more on its own level, and I did enjoy some of it, like the production design, some of the acting.
Yeah, because going in knowing the twist that happens and the change that goes on with the plotting, I think it hurt it that being a surprise a little bit because it was a bit of whiplash.
The mystery element was one of the weakest parts, And actually, when you just go in like with already knowing the answer to the mystery in your head, and just enjoying the story unfold, enjoying all like the Giallo homages and stuff. For me, like it works a lot better on a second watch. I would say it's just disappointing by comparison, mainly.
There's a lot of hype in the original too.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
much hype.
yeah, and there was like literally years had gone by to just build the anticipation of it. I would say that like when I first watched it, like the father at the end, the acting I didn't like that much. He felt way too much. But this time I enjoyed it way more. It's like the only like performance I didn't like still was Lily Collins. Like her accent.
Really?
Do you remember it?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Just like
Which
going
character
through.
did she play?
Well, she's in basic like one
Scream
scene.
Queen, wasn't she?
Yeah,
was
she's the Scream Queen. Yeah.
in the fictional movie in the universe.
Right. Okay.
And she like puts on a British accent that changes its like region every sentence.
But she is British though. She is Phil Collins' daughter.
No, I know, but like, what was that accent? Like,
No, I know.
Is it not on purpose though? Presumably. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen it, but
well, I did wonder that if it was like a stylistic choice, but it just, I don't know, it didn't land for me.
I remember watching it and that whole movie not landing. I would be interested to watch it again, just because.
there was elements I really liked though. The Kevin Bacon elements, especially.
Oh,
Like,
he's
was
really
awesome.
great. He's
Yeah.
really great. Oh, and Giancarlo Esposito, amazing. Like both of them are really good. Honestly, worth watching for those two. Yeah. And I have again a show and tell a little bit. You haven't seen it yet, Joe.
Oh yeah!
But,
Oh, amazing!
This is like the little book that you get with the art in there.
Cool.
We're seeing
the
it.
microphone.
We're seeing it and hearing it. Yeah.
For those who can't,
That's
see,
for the listeners. They can imagine the pictures when they hear. And then,
Every page has a separate sound there.
Oh, that's so cool. You can't beat a box set, can you? Like, there's just
No.
something about real, tangible things that streaming.
Yeah, when they put effort into it too, and it's not just a bunch of plastic. When,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I'm
my
against
answer.
the DVD that's just a DVD and a disc. That's not
Yeah.
fun. But like a proper collector's set, yeah.
Go on then, Mike. What's been disappointing you this week?
My piece of shit for this week is
That's not the official name. But...
so we all know and to a certain extent love Neil Marshall, right? Director of The
Yeah.
Descent, one of the best horror movies of all
yeah.
time.
Didn't we meet him?
We did.
We did. He signed my book. He
Yeah, me
seems
too.
relatively nice, I
Yeah.
feel like.
Yeah.
But he made a piece of shit in 2022 called The Lair.
Okay.
So it's a bit ripping off his own thing a little bit at the start. As you can tell from the name, The Lair, to the Descent. So the start is actually the best bit. So it's essentially like a female fighter pilot. She gets shot down by the Taliban in Afghanistan, and a plane crashes, and she escapes, whatever it's called, ejector seat. And then she has to have a fight with the locals or whatever who are trying to gun her down. So she ends up in this Soviet bunker, and there's like some funky creatures and tubes that a stray bullet hits one of them, and he slips out like, and
Great sound effect.
and then he just the creature thing just dispatches and eats the Taliban dudes. And up to this point, I was thinking this is no Descent, but it's fun enough. But then as the movie goes on, they immediately kind of leave the awesome setting of the bunker, and go into just like Afghanistan desert. And she meets up with like these stereotypical Marine dudes, and they're saying like the lamest quippy shit. They're like shooting one of these monsters that just looks like a guy in a rubber suit and saying "bang bang motherfucker" and shit like this constantly. And it's
This
very
sounds
grating.
great.
It's very.
It does sound
I'm making
great.
it sound better than it is because it's fucking terrible.
It doesn't sound
Yeah.
grating. It sounds great. Come on.
Yeah.
Wait, so
It
the
was
film's
nowhere near as
called
fun as it.
the film's called The Lair, but they like leave the lair in like the first act,
Yeah,
and then
they
just
do
in the
return
desert.
to the
Oh, they do go
lair
back.
later
Okay.
on, because they wire it all up to. This is kind of I won't spoil fully, but they wire it up to explode because they know there's monsters in there. But then one of the dudes gets dragged down, so they're like, okay, we're not blowing it up anymore. We're going to go in and save this dude, and then things go wrong. It's trying to be aliens, but it's really not. It's no aliens. Yeah.
So, can't wait to watch.
But it has got one of the best. In its defense, it has got one of the best bits of practical effects I've possibly ever seen. So, like, one of the monsters punches through someone's face and comes out the mouth, and like his face just kind of explodes into bits.
Cool.
That was the one and only highlight.
That sounds
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, It's
I
not
actually
as shit
wanna
as
watch it.
Yeah, it's not as shit.
Yeah, I
as
kind of want to watch it too.
Puppet Master: The Legacy was way worse, obviously, but yeah,
Last week's pick.
yeah, exactly.
And then I unfortunately don't have a shit movie this week, but I do have girly horror, and I've been getting into girly horror and like sort
What
of
exactly
more
is
female.
girly horror?
Well, like so. This is what happens when you get into a relationship.
Twilight.
Not quite, not quite. But have you ever watched The Craft from 1996?
Oh, The Craft's great.
I like The
Yeah.
Craft. It's a good film.
Fiery Zabulk in it. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And Nev Campbell, isn't it?
Yeah, Nev Campbell is in it, and Skeet Ulrich as well. So it's like in the
Oh, is
same
he?
year, in the same year as Scream, and they're both in the movie together. It's quite interesting. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I'd never watched it before. It's not something that's ever been on my radar. So Holly's also got me watching The Vampire Diaries, which I will bring back at some point as well as on DVD to see what that's like. But right now,
Is that going to be our next watch through after you?
yeah, exactly.
Isn't there like a load of episodes of that?
It's like a million.
Oh yeah, it's like
series.
there's loads. She bought them all on DVD. So we'll get to that. So I'm getting into my more like female centric horror. Like
You know, there's like a pseudo well, there is a remake which was terrible, but that's not what I'm talking. There's a all male kind of version of The Craft
Really?
which really sucks, called The Covenant. Yeah.
is it just a remake or
It's
sequel?
very it's like pretty much the same setting, but instead
Yeah.
of women, it's men for some reason. But yeah.
But
But anyway, The Craft is awesome.
yeah, it's great.
The
I really
original.
enjoyed it, and obviously it's like three outcast girls who are all witches, and the new girl comes into the school and brings her into their little cult, and they're actually darker than you think, and they're doing like sort of evil witchcraft. There's the light side and the dark side to it.
They're not Wiccans. They're
No.
witches.
Yeah. But it's interesting the way they film it, and the actual main character, Robin Tunney, she wears a lot of light stuff when she's in a sort of coming on the other side of going to the dark side of magic, and she's wearing all the more black stuff and darker stuff, and the camera angles are different, and the actual lighting is different around her. So there's all of that sort of like ingrained in it, and it's just really good fun. It's that 90s horror, which it has a lot of charm to it in the same way Scream has a lot of charm, and the way it's all.
Yeah, I think that does a
connected.
good job at elevating almost anything if it was released in that time period. Like
Yeah.
late 90s, early 2000s has got a certain like level of feel to it that's quite
And
enjoyable.
I like that sort of pop rock punky thing that they play.
Yeah, they do like
Yeah.
post grunge shit, like
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer music kind of
And,
thing.
and a lot of them are like 70s covers, or like the Smiths or something. They cover like the Smiths and do their own version of all these sort of songs and that. It's good fun.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Thank you. It's in the wrong part of the show, but it's a good pick.
Yeah, it made it sound like you were putting it in the.
In the shit
In the
pile.
garbage
When it
zone.
wasn't, yeah.
Just not as good as Frankenstein 7.
Well, I wasn't.
Yeah, I would argue that's probably better than
It is, yeah.
Frankenstein is.
I wasn't ranking them like that. We weren't doing that on this one, I promise. All right, let's move the show on, and this is where we are continuing our journey into the season 2 of You, the Netflix series that Mike and Dave, they've never watched it in their lives. I've not watched it for many years, so we're going back to it. We're revisiting and we're watching 2 episodes per week, and we are going through it, we're discussing it and reviewing it. So we are halfway through series 2 now, and then we've got episode 5. We've got episode 5, which is Have a Good Welcome Joe, and then episode 6 after that is Farewell My Bunny. So I quite enjoyed these 2. Let's go start with Have a Good Welcome Joe. And Mike, why don't we start with you? Of initial thoughts. On
I also
this episode.
enjoyed both of these episodes. We didn't have like a fillery kind of like not much ado about it kind of one like last podcast. I like if we're talking the first one specifically, I like the setting with the wellness retreat kind of thing, and the hippie types doing their bullshit in circles and stuff. And the mom was like being slutty, and the dad was being a raging asshole. And I like that dynamic just in fiction anyway. I'm down with that. 40 like losing his mind and becoming like a spectacle. That was also fun. The cat and mousey kind of like playing off of each other of Candace / Amy and Joe / Will was good too. It was just all around an entertaining episode, I think.
100%. What do you reckon, Dave?
Yeah, I like this one a lot as well. Yeah, especially as Mike said, the change in setting. It's actually funny because it's just like in season 1 where we have that one episode with her dad that's in a completely different setting as well, right?
Yeah,
It's exactly the same.
The
Yeah.
Admiral or whatever his name was.
Yeah. I also enjoyed 40 making an ass of himself. I was
With
particularly
his crack pipe slipping out. Like,
Like a cigarette packet. Yeah.
I was particularly excited to see Joe smoke a joint. I wrote in my notes that I can't wait to see where this goes. In the end, it didn't really go very
yeah,
far.
it felt like a Mark and Peep Show taking a toke kind of
Yeah,
situation.
yeah,
like-
It definitely would have been nice to see Joe getting high and like having to face the consequences of his own mind.
yeah.
Like
I was
that.
hoping
Yeah.
he would fall for the trap and like blurt out something wild card, like yeah. Because
I just
we've
wa-
never seen him drink or anything either, have we? He's
No.
like kind of an in control man up till this point. Yeah,
I'd love for like one of his like internal monologue thoughts for him to just like vocalize to the person.
yeah. One of the
Oh, shit.
darkest ones.
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
Like Homer Simpson, like saying. Well,
What
we
was
got
that? Something was said. What was
yeah,
it?
yeah. Well, I like this one. We've got the episode opening with 40 and Candace breaking down in their Tesla on the way back. I love how Candace is just sort of
You're
doesn't like
advertising
this
again,
guy.
specifically
Yeah,
Tesla.
yeah. Well, it was a Tesla, and it was a broken down one because they're shit cars for wankers. And
It wasn't on fire though.
No.
as they often are. Yeah.
but they got. I love how Candace is just kind of hating 40, and she's just
Yeah, she's
dealing
like
with him.
Sticking it
Through
out.
gritted
essentially.
teeth, basically.
Yeah. And what I really enjoyed because it opens with that, and then we immediately go into flashbacks of Candace's relationship with Joe, which we've never really fully explored.
Yeah, particularly the juicy bit, right, where it's like breaking down and she's realizing, even right from the off, it's like they're in conflict. It doesn't give
Yeah.
us anything of their quote unquote happy time. It's right into the
It's sort of cut into the midst of the show, like sort of where the ad breaks would be almost, and we've got Joe burying her alive because he kills her by accident. Again, he's shown himself to be a right idiot, isn't he? Like he's early on, he's dumb.
Yeah,
basically.
he just blunders his way to success, it seems.
Yeah.
does a really shit
Success,
job of
yeah.
killing her / not killing her. Like whatever he was aiming for, he sucked at both. So yeah,
And he
like,
like
he shakes her head and it just flops and lolls against the log. Yeah.
and the fact that he sort of like let her cut her loose and then goes into the van and turns his back on her and she runs away. Like, what are you doing, man? What's wrong with you? But it's what I love with that bit, and what I was thinking is that had he have actually left Candace dead, and she was dead and buried so like under about an inch of earth, he would have easily been found out. He's got lucky with her surviving, because otherwise the evidence they would have found, the fact that she's there now and he's moaning about it, actually he should be happy because of
Yeah.
how much evidence he's left.
It wasn't very competently done at all,
No.
essentially. Yeah.
And Dave, what did you think of the section where Candace goes to the police and speaking to the policewoman?
Yeah, I want to talk about that. It was pretty upsetting, really, the way that went. One tangent on that bit, just before we come back to it, was that the policewoman says that Candace has a record, right? Which is why.
Yeah,
she
I wrote
thinks-
that down
yeah.
as well, but that'll be
Right.
explored later on, I imagine.
Yeah. But isn't that interesting though? Because it's again this thing of like Joe like putting women up on a pedestal and like romanticizing their time together, and he just doesn't see them at all. I think how do you think he like?
He sees a version of them, doesn't he?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
isn't really them. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, there's the scene with
Not to say that just because she's got some kind of record doesn't mean that like he might have known about that. He might have just. It might be nothing, perhaps we don't know. Yeah.
he may have even saw it as an opportunity to like fix her. I could believe that. But yeah, the scene with the policewoman was honestly pretty upsetting. I think it was interesting as well. They chose to make it a policewoman and not a policeman. Yeah. How about you?
Because she says by the end of it, it's like he wants some really off the record advice.
Yeah,
run
just
away.
Run away. Yeah.
Yeah. Which she did, right? She did actually do that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
ended up coming back near the end of
Yeah.
season 1.
Well, we don't necessarily know the timescales, do we? But at the very least, the entire duration of season 1. We don't know how long before season 1 the Candace thing actually went down. But yeah.
Yeah. And did you enjoy, Mike? You've already sort of mentioned it, but the sort of 40 and his parents. Are you enjoying that dynamic?
I love how much of a little wormy he is around his dad, and how much of a complete and total asshole his dad is that has like no time for him. It's a fun dynamic. It's sad for him, obviously. If he was a real person, I'd be bummed out about it. But because he's a little fictional asshole, it's quite fun and amusing to me. Yeah.
Can I make a prediction?
Taco Bell is his way that he always has Taco Bell before he falls off the wagon and shit.
Yeah, it's so good. And Love is like, oh shit, Taco Bell. That means it's going off there. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. This is a prediction. Okay. So what I noticed was that Joe kills Hendy, right? And they initially think it's a suicide, and then we find out, like in the past, about the au pair and the abuse that 40 suffered, right?
Yeah.
At the hands of the au pair. And then Love says, oh, she was troubled. And then she ends up killing herself. And I'm thinking, like we already have like a mislabeled suicide with Hendy. Maybe the au pair didn't kill herself. And I'm just curious if that's going to come back. Like
I was wondering if you're going to lead to that being like some character that's in it or something. Like that was Joe's mom or something. Like
well, that would be YOLO as well. I didn't even think about that. But no, I was thinking that it's going to be revealed that maybe the father did it, maybe 40 did it, maybe Love did it.
I mean,
I
the
don't know.
revelations we have later on about how rich the family is and how like well connected they are in terms of hiring PIs and shit. It's totally believable that it wasn't a suicide and it was a put down to like maybe she was saying she was going to go to TMZ or whatever the fuck. So yeah, they put her down. Perhaps.
It's interesting. Let's see what happens in the future, and I'll write that down, Dave, and see if your prediction.
Okay,
comes back
great.
at all.
Well, that was a co-prediction. I was also
No, you weren't. You
No, bullshit.
I
You can't take credit for my...
It's little seedy nugget and then evolved it into a nice little idea there.
You said
I'm
some
gonna write it
crazy
down.
shit. Like, the au pair's going to come back. That's bullshit. You can have that one.
Dave's prediction.
Yeah, okay.
Well, no, what's the point in her being alive if she's not going to come back?
No, I'm not saying she was alive. I'm saying she was murdered.
Oh, right, okay.
The exact opposite of what you're saying.
Fair enough.
The au pair.
Yeah, but how is that going to affect the story? The narrative?
No, there's that either Love or 40 or the parents are like, okay, we're killing people.
Okay, so which one of them do you reckon if it was that then?
I don't know.
Since you've gone way out there, what's your...
It seems like Love's driving the mastermind scope people out bus, so I don't know. She did take a weird turn. I wasn't okay with it at some points. It seemed like it was a bit of a complete change in
Go on, in this episode?
Well, no, I'm kind of moving on to the next episode now, so maybe I'll pause my discussion.
Yeah,
on that,
we'll
Well, I want to hear that though. Yeah, let's come back to it.
We will. Remind me.
yeah.
Right, so we also have in this episode the B story, which is Ellie and Delilah. What do we make of this one, Dave? Are you enjoying what's happening back in LA?
Yeah, I actually thought it was kind of... This is the one where Delilah eventually tells Ellie, right, the entire truth.
Yeah, and then Ellie takes the pictures and stuff. And
Yeah.
Well, there's that kind of horrible bit, right, where she says she doesn't believe her even after she says that she was a victim of, which is pretty...
That's pretty fucked up.
Nasty. Yeah.
But I was really happy that they reconciled in this episode.
do you think they've done the right thing though about with destroying the pictures? Do you think that is morally, ethically the right thing?
I know, it's a good question. I would say, honestly, maybe not morally. It was the right choice, but maybe it was the right choice. I don't know.
It's
I'd
personally
say
the right choice for Delilah.
It's debatable, but they have more of a right to make that decision than most, being as those that they're directly tied.
They're the
to
ones who were abused.
some of the content in the photos, right? So, and he is in fact dead. So
Yeah, like
to a certain extent, what is the value now?
I think the quote unquote. Did my voice just go really high there?
I think.
You're like that kid from Simpsons that
your
works
balls-
at the.
Squeaky voice teen.
Your balls finally dropped.
Yeah, they finally-
It only
yeah.
took 32 years.
I think like the most technically correct thing to do would be like that she just destroys her own, right? And then she goes to each of the victims and says, "Here's the photo. It's yours to do with what you will." But then, like, is that actually for the best? You know, I don't know. You know, can it be?
Yeah,
can anything
I-
actually be done with it? Like, or is
I
it just going
wouldn't
to bring
actually
it back
think
up?
that's a good idea, right?
Yeah,
They
I
haven't come
agree,
forward.
yeah.
They probably want
Yeah.
to leave it in the past, so you probably don't want to confront them with, things that have happened in the past without them particularly wanting that. So
And something else we had in this episode is the cringiest. Finally, you've witnessed the cringiest ever. What's it? The cringiest ever line in You that throughout all of the series I've watched is "I wolf you." Like
you don't like I Wolf?
Ah,
I
I
hate
liked
you.
it. I thought
I
it was
hate
cute.
it.
I
Of course
liked
you
it.
did.
Charmed by it.
Oh, come on.
Dave would like that. 30 over there loves fucking "I
Yeah,
wolf you."
yeah.
You're saying that like it's an insult. I like it. I'm fine with it.
Ugh,
Are you
it's
going to start
disgusting.
saying it? Yeah. Is that your new
I wolf
thing?
you. We have our
Eminem,
own.
see if she
we-
likes
Well, it was
we have-
just like typical.
We have our
cockney
own one of
nonsense,
those. We have
wasn't
our
it?
own one of those. So no, it's normal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that why you're defending it? What is it? I sheep you? Like
Sheep.
what was the animal that was
Just
happened
like
to
a
be in the?
I'm not going
the
to tell
area
you.
at
I'm
the
not going to
time?
tell you. It's not fucking sheep. But I'm not going to tell you. I sheep.
And the other thing, Mike, your prediction sort of came true. We've got
It was
a
very
postcard.
flashbacky.
We've got a postcard from Will, the real Will, in Manila.
Oh yeah.
He says it's going round with
He's
Gigi.
having a good time.
Yeah. Which he didn't predict. He thought he was going to be back in full. Do you think that's going to continue, or do you think really Will is back in town?
I think they're keeping us on the thread, right, with Will. I feel like he will be back at some point.
I think
can't
so.
imagine for a second that he's gone to the Philippines and everything's
Definitely.
great and he's going to have a lovely time for the rest of his life.
I feel like he's not gone there at all. Like he's just left for a bit.
If you looked at
misses
the
Joe.
stamp,
Oh,
it was
my
bought
voice
in
again.
LA.
My voice again. I know what's going on.
But he misses Joe.
Oh come on, they were
What
friends.
do you mean? You think
Uh,
you think Will is such a lonely loser man that he
Yes,
just wants his mate? He wants to be put back in the box.
he's going back in the box. Prediction: he's going back in the
It
box.
was safe in
Okay.
the box. I want to be back in the box.
I'll add
go on,
that to the growing list of Dave predictions for this
Wild
series.
card, crazy predictions.
All right, let's move on to episode 6 now, which is Farewell, My Bunny. And this one, we've got the start of it with Hendy being memorialised at his funeral. Basically, he was a great guy, what a comedian. That was during his props era, like with that woman
Oh,
doing the
yeah,
speech. Did you like the start of this, and that we're back into reality of LA?
Yeah, I think it was a nice bit. Of
It was a nice
setting.
set
Yeah.
piece. Yeah,
Puts like a little full stop in the Hendy thing, like pushes
Yeah.
that forward. It was nice to see it, almost all of the main characters essentially in the same location for one reason or another because they all knew Hendy.
I like seeing Delilah with the hip flask.
Yeah.
There was another thing I liked about like it's set up in this episode, but it recurred through the whole episode. Was like the 7 totems of LA thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I wish is that they didn't actually draw attention to it at the very end.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I wish
Yeah.
it was more subtle because the
Is
first one's quite subtle. I don't mean the dress one. The first one that followed that, like the superhero one, it was completely unacknowledged. But they get more obvious as they go along.
It's probably the weakest ending to any episode I've watched of You so far. I left that one going, oh.
There was
that's the
no like twist. There was nothing.
That's the
really,
kind
it
of
just-
like,
yeah.
we know you're going to binge this and keep watching on Netflix.
Yeah, it's true.
Like,
yeah.
in the way, do you remember when BoJack Horseman used to finish with a scene and then they pick up the next sentence and continue the scene because they knew it was Netflix, so they could just do that. But that was more purposeful, I believe, than
They
maybe
didn't
what
need
was
to
going on
hang
here.
any cliffs.
Yeah. But what I also loved about this episode, and especially the beginning at the funeral, Joe has murdered that man, but he's way more bothered about Candice being there than actually maybe being pinned for this murder. Like he's there going, Candice, she's a witch. She's getting her claws into everyone. Like, she's awful. She's the worst human being ever. She's using her Lolita powers.
I think he literally only mentions Hendy like twice in the entirety of the funeral.
Yeah.
in
Which
his
is-
internal monologue. Yeah.
Which is like really telling, the fact that he doesn't see murder in the same way. He sees being personally, like sort of, it's personally taken
threatened.
aback, by
Yeah,
threatened by Candice,
Yeah.
and not by like murdering, like which would, and if anyone else had accidentally murdered someone or manslaughter, that's the only thing that would ever be on your mind. Like,
Yeah,
but
but
this
it's
guy
less-
has got a million things
yeah.
happening.
It's less
Especially
Candace
at their
herself,
funeral
though.
as well.
It's less Candace herself he's afraid of, though. It's like the part of him that she represents, or that she like brings out. Essentially, isn't it? It's like she's like a stand-in for his past or for like his darker side, because she knows the ultimate truth that he
Yeah.
thinks and is trying to protect. Yeah.
And did we like the element of the undercover cop, sort of who Joe thinks is an undercover cop, but is actually a private investigator for the Quinn family, and has been sort of...
See, I was very much unsure about this element. Like,
Right.
I like the element. I'm not saying it was shit, but I like the element when it seemed like it was the parents or the dad, perhaps. But when it's Love and she somewhat switches as a character, which is, I'm not saying it's unbelievable, but it's a bit of a like very much a different turn for a character, because she becomes like almost cold, right?
Yeah.
When up until this point she's been very emotion driven and like outward with her emotions, she suddenly shuts off. And I'm not saying that that's something that couldn't do. Maybe I just mourn the loss of old Love when we've got like new kind of like mafia like I'm gonna send a
But
man after you, Love.
You sound like
Yeah.
Joe now. You sound like Joe. Right?
Yeah, I was literally thinking that. We're like 6 episodes in, you're already nostalgic and like idolizing her.
Well, she was great. Bullshit. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh my god, you're falling in love with her now. With that PI, that surely at the same time it's understandable, because Love is obviously facing the anniversary of the death of her former partner, who we get her backstory in this one. We had Candice in the
Yeah,
last
that
episode,
was
we get Love in this
that was
one.
interesting.
So what do we think, Dave, about the sort of flashbacks throughout this episode for Love?
They're quite revealing in a way, in the sense that like clearly like she did love him, and I guess to some extent, right, is made her very protective of herself and that she doesn't want it to happen again. Yeah,
Made
I
her
guess
wary
that's
of
it.
secrets as well, because it's shown
Yeah.
that he kept the secret from her that he was sick. But I really like this element. I especially like the element of making him an ASL user, and then she brings that up to Joe, him unknowingly, with the Spider-Man thing. And like, yeah, those are some really good, well-acted scenes, in fact, those flashbacky ones. Those are some of my favourite, like, well-made scenes in the 2 episodes that we watched.
Yeah, and I think it's quite heartbreaking that she's thinking about the future, wanting kids, that we've been together for a year now, she's fully in love with him, and then he goes and tells her that he's dying. And like he's on borrowed time.
Devastating. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we're finding in this now Love sort of falling back in love for the first time since then with Joe, or Will, as she knew him until this episode.
Yeah, this is a big episode for that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
huge.
I was very surprised. So I saw the episode name, by the way, Bye Bye Bunny.
Yeah, farewell, my bunny.
Farewell, My Bunny. And I saw the episode title and thought, okay. So I know that Joe and Candice called each other Bunny, and she also uses that with 40 as well. So I saw that name, and I thought, well, obviously Joe's not going to die. Someone's going to die with a name like that.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Joe. It's not going to be Candice. So I thought the whole time that 40 was going to die.
Right.
When I was
Your
watching
man,
it.
your boy.
I know.
Favourite character.
Yeah. But I was genuinely surprised that basically everything got out in the open. Like Joe's entire backstory came out to Love. Like Candice's backstory
so
came out to
quickly
Love.
as well.
In episode 6.
Well, you were saying this in episode 4 when Candice comes back at the end of the episode, that it's like, oh, she's back so early. You thought that would be a season cliffhanger or something. And
I was surprised in 5 because she doesn't reveal herself to Joe in 4, right? She just comes at the end of the episode.
Correct.
Yeah.
But then she like reveals herself in 5. And yeah, we didn't talk about it, but I was surprised by that as well. Like, I was more expecting her to be like one step removed for a while,
Skulking around, watching
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. And then, like in the climax of the story, like episode 7, 8, 9, something like that, she'd come in. And I just like, I don't see now how that storyline can be resolved without her like dying the next episode, basically, right?
Right. So
But
you
we'll see.
don't think she's gone for long because as Love would have it, she's paid Candice off to leave town.
I think it's
And
quite an
disappear.
abrupt ending, though, right? If it were to end there, that's not a satisfying
Do you know what, Mike?
climax to that story. So I'm imagining she will be back.
Go on,
But-
Dave.
The suicide, the PI, Love killed her, calling it.
Okay, well, go on. Explain
Two
your
to the
theory.
back of the head.
Yeah, exactly. She's a hitman now.
Explain
No,
your theory.
Okay, so I had my thing before that maybe the au pair didn't commit suicide, someone in the family. Then Mike was talking about Love's abrupt shift in personality, which I didn't quite pick up on, but you're actually
I
right.
thought you meant a character Mike then there for a second. Yeah.
No. Oh shit. And so I'm just YOLOing. I'm throwing it out there.
Go on.
That Candice just disappearing from the story like that, getting bought off is
I could
it's not
possibly
believable.
believe that, like, because it was abrupt, right? So that it's going to be returned to as if, like, I feel like the new Love that we're seeing, that's like this cold mafioso manager woman, is more, it's more capable or in line with her new character developments than it is that she gave this woman a ton of money and then trusted that even though she traveled the entirety of the US to find Joe and put all like an entire 2 years of her life into doing it, assumes she's not going to come back because she would. So
I know that she's going to come back in the next episode, and we're going to be disappointed because we're just
theory on it
writing
down
the story,
immediately.
writing the story that we want. We just want.
Yeah.
We want like another like Joe, like basically.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm going to take back everything I said about her like changing on a dime. If this is Love now and she's some kind of like big Don chief that
Psychopath.
like, sends fucking shooters after everybody. Yeah.
You fall in love even harder.
Yeah, exactly. Should live up to her name.
Yeah. So what did we make of Joe and Delilah hooking up in this episode? Are we enjoying this?
What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I mean, I thought there was like little seedlings of this happening, like weird little scenes where they'd be looking at each other or stuff. And I thought it might happen at some point, but at the same time, like, I don't know what this is doing, where this is going to go.
It's
Yeah.
funny because I sort of had in my mind, I'm sure Joe and Delilah hook up, but there's no way Joe would do it while he's still in a relationship with Love. And I was like, how the hell is this going to happen? Because I thought, I swear this happened, or did it just happen in my mind canon? And I was like,
You
It
just
was a
dreamt it
dream.
one time.
yeah. And but I was like, there it is. That's it there. So thank God.
We were on a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing a bit of a Ross and
It's going to be
Rachel.
quite weird with that. I don't know how much of a like B storyline it'll continue to be. Whether it'll be like a problem with Ellie, like
Well,
yeah. I
where
don't
do
know.
we see-
Or with like, I don't know. What if Delilah tells Love, or Joe is afraid that Delilah tells
Well,
Love?
and then Mafioso Love's gonna
Take
Joe out.
Take Joe out.
and it becomes Love.
Season
Yeah.
3 is going to be like, get rid of Joe.
I'm down
He's
with
no
that.
Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of into it as well.
Yeah. Well, Beck was an unexpected like termination at the end of season 1. What if there's a Joe termination? That would be really
come on.
unexpected. Yeah.
No, we're just setting ourselves up for more disappointment when this doesn't happen.
Gritty crime thriller with Love as like it's going to be like Fargo season 2, but she's the main character. Yeah. I'm down with that.
All right. So, what do we think of the whole thing where Love is waiting for Candice in the house when she tries to break in, and
Looking like a
obviously-
big Don, like sitting with
Yeah,
her
yeah.
fingers tapping on the table with the documents of evidence.
Yeah, and they've got all this. They've got the dossier, all of this stuff, and then later on, Candice has disappeared, according to Dave, murdered. And
Yep, I stand by it. We didn't talk about the dominatrix. That was great.
See, that's I was waiting to bring this
oh
up.
yeah, do it.
It's Madeline Zima from Californication.
I knew her from that as
Yeah.
well. She's in just like one season, and she leaves such an impression. I always, whenever I
Yeah,
see her,
for sure.
I'm like from Californication.
And did we really
Yeah.
enjoy this?
Yeah, I don't know what
Yes,
it's
of
doing
course.
in the show, but I was down for it being there. That
Get
was
her in.
great. Yeah.
I looked her up and she doesn't come back. Like she's just
Oh.
like a one and done.
Why are you throwing no spoilers out here, Dave?
Yeah, what are you
come on.
doing, Dave? What's wrong with you?
What else
I
have you
have to
looked
look up Madeline Zima when she's in stuff. I gotta look her
You
up.
had to look up every episode she's in.
No, I was just scrolling through her like filmography. And
Dave
is it one-
sits
is it-
there when he says like, and now I think Love is going to do this, and then
Yeah.
40 is going to do this.
like
And
reading
it
the
has.
spoilers.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
99%. Like,
Read the whole synopsis on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
No, I was looking up the actress. The actress.
Oh, bullshit. I'm sad now that she's not going to be back. That was...
you've
I don't know
ruined the
what-
podcast, Dave.
I really don't know what she
Ah.
was doing in this show. Is it just a cameo? Was she even famous enough for that?
I don't know,
as a
but
cameo?
I think it's showing more so how stupid Joe is to just how cocky he is and how he just can. How Candice is saying, like, I'm going to wait for you to trip up. What if Candice had walked in? Like, it's her. She's still living there, staying there in the Airbnb. What if she's walked in at that point and Joe's sort of, like, tied up like a fucking chicken on Christmas or a turkey at Christmas? Like, he's just an idiot, and Candice is right that he's going to trip up, and I think it is sort of highlighting that is going to happen over and over, that Joe is an idiot and he'll get caught out.
Well, he's just incompetent. He was as
Yeah.
incompetent there as he's ever been. Like, he walked in through the house. He wasn't even checking the corners to... He got
Yeah,
surprised
exactly.
by a book to the back of the head while he was looking up the stairs for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that love would check the corners.
Mafioso big
Mafioso love would
Love,
check the corners.
yeah.
Yeah. Who also has military training now.
Don Love. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do we think of Don Love and Joe's?
Don Love is awesome.
Don Love. What do we reckon? What do
Is
you
that,
reckon
the,
of
is that the
their...
end of the question? Yeah.
No, stop it! Stop talking. What do we make of their love? Oh, fuck.
Their love.
What do we think of Love and Joe breaking up at the end of the episode? This sort of ending of their relationship. Do we think it's the end of it, or are we?
I like the fact that they've done that, though. Like, I wouldn't have liked it if it just became like... Because if she'd kept with him after that, then essentially, like, what is the threat here? They've like thrown all of the no-nos in a relationship out of the window, and they're going to still dating. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird about that he's going to still work at the store because 40 went to bat for him for some
Yeah, that was
reason.
nice.
He's a good guy. Come on.
I don't know. I think he's just a moron, perhaps. Yeah,
It can be both.
Don't talk about Dave's Bay like that.
spirit animal.
Yeah. Oh, well, that is basically the end of the episode. Anything else wrapping up that episode of You that you want to highlight?
I had one more prediction that I wrote down, which completely contradicts what I said before because I just thought about that one. But what I wrote down was that Candice is going to come back and try to implicate Joe in Hendy's death. Because
Well, she may have already done that, though, right? Because it was announced that it was coming out as a murder. So that might already happen.
but exactly that. But she's going to like try and connect the dots a bit more, even now from behind the scenes. Maybe that was my
But
initial
from beyond the grave, in your opinion.
Yes. Even, that's cooler. That's even
Yeah.
cooler if she's doing it.
I
from
just
beyond
want to
the grave.
highlight the line, she believes you're basically Dexter.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
have that
yeah,
written
that's
down as well.
I couldn't believe they literally
Yeah.
name dropped it.
Yeah, wild
Yeah.
carded it. I was down
They
with that.
they also Ellie also name drops Jessica Jones, or Joe name drops Jessica Jones in there. Obviously, it was the Netflix at the time, 2019. It's all the Netflix sort of when it was good, basically.
Yeah.
There's a Buffy reference as well.
Was there?
In the previous one, yeah, like someone called it the Hellmouth.
Ah, there you go. See,
Where's
all
the
these
Stranger Things
little
reference?
nuggets.
Are they going to be peppered all
Yeah,
throughout soon
at one
enough?
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything Netflix related will be on there.
Mm.
So we do this every time we get sort of halfway through a series, and I want your episode 10, the final. I want to know what happens in the last scene. What's the last couple of scenes going to be? I want your predictions for end of season. Now we're more than halfway. We've got all our characters established. What's happening at the end of this season, Dave? How is it going to end?
You're going to recline again.
Okay. So last season we had Candice coming back as a surprise. This time it's Will. He's coming back.
Well, that is
And
not
he's
a
gonna-
big enough surprise.
Oh, it's fun.
Is
It's
that
fun.
season ending?
Yes. It would be great for me. It would be great for me. I'd be
All
happy
right.
with it.
Okay, then Mike, let's get your season ending.
I
prediction.
think, although they might try and subvert my expectations, I think they're going to do a reset each season, perhaps. I don't know. Technically, it could have been only doing that in season 1 because they weren't necessarily budgeted for a next season. Whereas I know that Netflix is running this from now on, so maybe they won't do that. But I think I'd quite like it and find it refreshing if it's a different destination every time and a different love interest every time.
Interesting.
So that would be my prediction, and also sort of my want, perhaps. That
So you think love is at the
there's
end?
some form of finality. Either that's death, or Joe sends her down for a mafioso hit jobs, or like something along those lines. Like,
He turns state's witness, and
Yeah,
gets for
exactly.
protection.
yeah, that's how it works.
Amazing.
Out.
Well,
I wanted to go to like a different country completely, even like
Name one. Which one?
Thailand.
Will.
Yeah.
Will
try-
GG.
I want Joe and Will to be together.
Even though Manila's in like the Philippines, right? Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, with that, let's end there on you. Now, we'll be watching episodes 7 and 8 if you're following along with the Richard and Judy book club.
Oh, there it is.
Then,
They're so old.
yeah,
They're
hideous.
so grotesque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worse than Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah. They should have got them in. Scarier. Yeah.
But episodes 7 and 8 we'll be covering on the next show we do. So we'll be looking forward to that one. Up next, we've got upcoming horror. We've got anything in the horror world. It could be a movie, a book, a TV show, a game. And we're going to have a look at it and see if we are hyped or not. I'm going to go first this time because I've bitten the bullet. I have bitten the bullet. And
We're not going for most hyped upcomings anymore. We're going for any
No,
upcoming.
it could
I mean,
be
I did
anything.
see what you'd written down.
Yeah. So Scream 7 is mine, which is released on 27th
You're really hyped for this
of
one,
February.
Joe. Yeah.
I'm more hyped than I was after watching the trailer. I think the
Right.
trailer's pretty good.
I'm not sure actually. I don't.
No?
I didn't even like the. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good.
Go on, what
But-
don't you like?
It's the trailers. It's fine. 'Cause it's the one with like her and her daughter like behind the wall, right?
Yeah. And they've introduced a new character at the beginning. We see them like falling onto the knife, basically. Have you seen that bit?
Yeah. I don't know. This is like the first time where I feel like it's going to come out and be super middling.
Have you got Scream fatigue?
Well, weren't the last
Maybe.
two pretty middling, right? Like,
Yeah, I didn't like the last two. Like, I know that's really quite controversial in a way because a lot of people love them, but I can't stand the Core 4. I'm really glad they're out of here. Like, I'm so glad that she said that pro-Palestine thing at the time because now she's gone.
No, because I'm really sad that she's not in it. I thought especially in 6, like that character was great, and I was really upset.
well, they were
that
very
she's not
much
coming.
leading into another one having those in it, those characters.
Yeah,
in it, right?
for sure.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't mind the actress. I don't mind her portrayal of it. I just didn't like all the characters that were brought in. I didn't like Jenna Ortega in the Scream franchise very much. I think she's in so much. Again, she's like Ramesh Ranganathan in everything. And there's just a bit of fatigue with Jenna Ortega for me at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were fine, 5 and 6, but like they're a far cry from 1, 2, and 4 for sure.
Of course.
And like they're just middling and fine. They get a little bit overcomplicated, a bit ahead of themselves about all of the complexities they try and throw in there. But none of them were inherently bad.
And you know, I hate the term requel. Like, I hate that term. Like, really,
it's a good term, man. It applies.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
It needed
It's
a
horrible.
term because it
It's
is
horrible.
a thing. Yeah,
he's horrible. It is horrible. Like,
the hump.
yeah.
The recall, the hump.
Yeah, Scream 6, the hump.
Getting the peep show in.
Yeah, you had to say that because everybody's going to be confused at home.
No idea what that is. So that's the greatest line from.
Hey, our one fan is also
Yeah.
a fan of Peep Show. I'm sure of that.
If they're fans of us, they must be fans of Peep Show, right?
Yeah.
That just ties in.
We do have Kevin Williamson, who's back in this one, directing in the director's chair.
Is it his first time ever directing?
Well, maybe because he did the screenplay for Scream.
No, yeah, I know.
And, well, yeah, I know you know.
He's only directed one other thing before called Teaching Mrs. Tingle, which is a dark comedy from 1999 that I haven't seen.
And he's obviously
with not very good ratings, but
he's going to have something in there about this, and he's been involved in Scream since its inception. Scream 4 as well was him, and it's the story. He's done this with is it Guy Busick? Is that how you say it? Yeah. Okay.
Let's say yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he's collaborating and he's screenwriting for Ready or Not, Scream 2022, Scream 6, Final Destination Bloodline. So there's a lot of good people involved in this. And the story is James Vanderbilt. So he's known for writing Zodiac, The Amazing Spider-Man, Independence Day Resurgence, Scream 2022 and its sequel. So there's a lot, and Ready or Not.
Independence Day Resurgence gets a look in there.
Yeah,
that was a piece of garbage. Yeah.
It's a hit and miss.
It's a bit of an outlier in that list.
Yeah. But maybe he's learnt his lesson from that. Is what I mean. And we've got the return of Matthew Lillard. So he's
Wait, what?
back in there. Yeah. It's
Is that confirmed?
I didn't know that.
It's confirmed.
I didn't know that.
Well, I don't watch any trailers or anything.
He's in the cast
so
list. It's literally in the cast list. You don't know.
Yeah, but it could be like flashbacks, for all we know.
Yeah, well, he's also at the end. There's a voice at the end of the trailer where he basically someone says like, "This is going to be fun" or something to that effect, and it sounds like Matthew Lillard saying it as well. And everyone in the comments is going, "That is Matthew Lillard saying that," and he is in the credits. We've got returning to this, obviously, Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, Isabel May as Sydney's daughter Tatum. David Arquette is back in some form. I don't know how that works.
Well, maybe he definitely died.
He's maybe under the mask. Who knows?
Get him back. Bring him back to life. It's fine. Whatever.
We've got
Let's Scream 7.
Matthew Lillard and Scott Foley are returning to the franchise, who are both Ghostface in their respective films, with Scott Foley as Ghostface in Scream 3. So it's got a good cast. And
it could be flashbacks. Matthew Lillard. It could
it's
be
not going to be a flashback. He's still alive. The guy's still alive. Like, they've already done the flashback shit. Like, they've been there, done that.
Doesn't mean that they won't do it again.
No, I know. But I'm kind of, I want Scream to come back to me. Like, I fell out of
you
love
want to
with
reclaim it as a good thing.
Yeah, I fell out of love with it in 5 and 6. I really enjoyed 1 to 4. 5 and 6, I didn't enjoy the core 4. I didn't enjoy the recall stuff. I didn't have a good time with how overly complex and they're subverting it, or it just became crap to me and a parody of itself. And perhaps I might carry on, but I've always preferred all of the original cast anyway, and I've preferred Neve Campbell in the role, in the main role, and she just kind of cameoed and stuff in the last few. But I hope now that the producers and the directors have gone, oh shit, we really fucked her over here and we weren't going to pay her enough to be in the film, which was bullshit, and they hopefully have put her back into the main role. I don't think Courtney Cox is going, whether this is going to be any different to what she normally does, because she's still in her van, still going to do this. Like, her character doesn't really progress.
Well, she might be the legacy death. They always do like a legacy death, right?
But then they kept the original 3 together and for so long that it felt really annoying to me that they killed off Dewey in episode 6.
Yeah,
but it can't go on forever. What is this? The Walking Dead?
They can't.
Yeah, true.
And they can't be immortal, either. If you're going to do a recall,
they can because they're the original 3.
Yeah, it's going to pull like a Halloween Resurrection, and Neve Campbell is going to die in the first 5 minutes.
And,
I mean, what can they be commenting on by number 7 anyway?
Yeah, it'd have to be something very new, right? It'd have to be something original, and I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, that's true.
To underpin it.
I mean,
because otherwise it'll just be samey.
They're just going to keep making them, though. Come on, this is going to get to Scream 12. We thought there was going to be 3. We're going to have 12 one day.
Well, I miss Wes Craven anyway. It's not the same.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same.
Yeah.
But then, there's a once in a lifetime sort of writer, and you can't come back to that. Like, it's impossible. Like the creator of. The one thing I will say in defence of the sort of the actors before, so Sam Carpenter's character and Melissa Barrera, is that she has been proven totally right by her comments about the Israel-Palestine conflict, in my opinion. And like, you know, the studio took a cowardly move in getting rid of her because of her comments saying genocide was being put onto the people of Gaza, which it is. So I don't think that's controversial to say at this point. So it was in 2023, and she was in the forefront of saying that. So although I didn't like the character, I think she's a stand-up human being. So I'll give him that. And that is the end of it for me. Let's go on to you, Mike. What have you got that's coming up?
So I was struggling, and I may continue to struggle. Although it might open the door if I can name shit stuff. I mean, is there a puppet master coming soon? I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. So I've got American Horror Story season 13, which is a little bit.
Is that still going? I didn't know.
Yeah,
that was
man.
still
I
going.
hope it goes on forever. People say bad shit about Ryan Murphy's productions.
I don't like him. I don't.
Why not?
I don't like it.
Fun. I love his style. It's not amazing. Obviously, it's not fucking amazing, really. But like, he's made a lot of good seasons of TV and a lot of shit seasons of TV. But I like the wild angles he goes for, and the fact that he just does what he wants to do. Like, it's a literal vision of his shit, and you either like it or you don't, kind of thing. But effectively, like, season 12 was the worst season of the whole thing. It was a complete dumpster fire of garbage. It was like Kim Kardashian had a major prominent role, and that was a mistake.
I love it. No,
it was only 7 episodes, and poor Emma Roberts was trying to carry it, and it was just uncarryable. It was terrible. This new one though has Ariana Grande. Not
that's
really.
all right.
Okay with that. Yeah,
she's
I'm
a good
okay with
actress.
That could be okay. It depends what kind of role, I guess. But she's the new. They usually add a new, like, big star to the roster every season. But joining her are people that have been in previous ones. So Kathy Bates, Jessica Lange, Sarah Paulson, Evan Peters, Angela Bassett, Emma Roberts, Billy Lord. So it's like it's an awesome roster of actors and actresses.
What I was going to say is Jessica Lange still in it, because I know at one point she wasn't in a series, but she's basically the person who carries over through from the start, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, I think Evan Peters is the one that's been in the most seasons, but a lot of the regular, and Sarah Paulson's been in a fair few of them as well, but like a lot of them are in and out. A lot of people are hypothesizing that neither of you have actually seen much of American Horror Story.
I watched the first 3 seasons. I honestly had no idea it was still going.
So also, I love some of the later ones, so I'd recommend it entirely.
Yeah.
But like, and I love American Horror Story. I don't care what people say. But like the 3rd season, which is the witch one, had like a pseudo sequel in the Armageddon, the Omen inspired one, Rosemary's Baby inspired one, Apocalypse, which is the 9th one. And because of the cast list of this one, they're thinking it's going to be another LinkedIn one, and I'm down for that. I'd link it to the major lore. Like, give me that, even if it's shit, give me that sweet lore. It's great. Yeah.
Ryan Murphy cinematic universe.
Yeah, it's exactly what I want. Yeah. I watch all of his shows, like, not just the American Horror. I'm a fan. Yeah.
All right, Dave, what's on your list upcoming that you like or want to, or you think you might like, or maybe you think you'll despise?
For me, it's going to be Fallout Season 2. And I cheated a little bit because it is actually technically all out now, but I haven't watched it yet. So,
can you use it as a personal upcoming? Like, I haven't seen this, but like, like I could name something from 1985 I haven't seen.
I just wanted to talk about Fallout. I would tweak the rules a little bit.
This is relevant. I'll allow it, Dave.
It finished airing like this week. Come on. 85, come on.
Go for it, mate. Go for it. I'm allowed.
I absolutely loved Season 1. I recommend it to both of you. In my opinion, it's the best video game adaptation, like bar none.
What, more than Doom?
Okay, the second best video game
Doom
adaptation.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Nothing's better than Doom. What about House of the Dead as well? That's awesome. Yeah.
Third best video game adaptation.
What about Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Fourth
Tomb
best
Raider's
video game
great.
adaptation.
Uncharted was really fun as well, and Silent Hill. Yeah.
Still fourth best.
Ding, 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 ding.
No, but for real, like I liked it better than The Last of Us. I think it's better than Silent Hill, which are like the TV show and film I would have previously said was the best. It's so good at like capturing that like unique Fallout tone, like that like specific aesthetic, like the audio landscape with like the 50s songs, the style of comedy, the like super dark like horror elements that are just thrown in there every now and then.
Yeah,
like
very very specifically like 3 onwards though, right? I'm presuming in terms of the Fallouts, because they were like super dark and fucked up before that, right? When they were back with.
yeah, I haven't played too much of the early ones, so I don't know like how much they changed like 3 onwards. But I would say if you're a fan of 3 and New Vegas especially, you're going to absolutely love it. Like the 3 leads are amazing, and so we have Walton Goggins in his coolest role yet,
Without a nose.
That's right. Oh, you've seen.
I've
yeah,
seen some of the memes. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
he's
extent of what I know.
super cool. He plays a ghoul, but he also has like a dual plot line as well, which I won't spoil. So, in addition to Walt Goggins playing the ghoul, we have Ella Purnell playing Lucy McLean, and she's a vault dweller. And then finally, we have Aaron Mouton, who's an actor I'm not familiar with, who also gives a great performance as a member of the Brotherhood of Steel. And so the 3 of them have like parallel storylines that intersect a little bit. They, if you like, represent the 3 main types of playthrough, like the 3 main like karmic characters that you can play in the game, like pure evil, pure good, and like more morally neutral. It's super funny. Like, it actually makes me laugh out loud in its absurdity in some places. Very fucked up in like really surprising moments. Like for example, Walt Goggins, who, like I say, is the coolest character in the show, but he's also like very openly like a cannibal, which is just like a quality of the universe. And for me, like the most impressive part of it is it's a completely original story, at least to the best of my knowledge. But it feels perfectly like in keeping with the universe, like exactly the tone that I come to expect. I think, as I understand it, like some of the diehard Fallout fans are a bit upset that they like mess with some of the lore. I don't care that much about it. For me, it just feels
Who cares about Fallout lore? Like,
apparently Reddit does.
There's
Apparently.
a lot of Fallout lore, right? Like,
Is
there's a
there?
lot of games and a lot of. I think it probably conflicts with itself across the games, perhaps quite.
Yeah,
Very,
probably.
very possibly. But yeah, I'd recommend it to both of you. And I just finished rewatching season 1, ready to watch season 2.
The Brotherhood of Steel guy, does he wear the full power armor?
Yes.
And I've got a question for you, Dave. The ghoul, what's his name?
The Ghoul.
Yeah.
His name's The Ghoul.
Okay. Oh, but the actor. Sorry,
Yeah.
the actor.
Oh, Walton Goggins.
Yeah. Do you find Goggins in the role sexy?
Yes, I find him in every role sexy.
Well, no, only because at work, all the girls at work have been going on about how sexy the ghoul is as the ghoul. Like, and I
Without
was
his
thinking,
nose.
yeah, without the nose. It's like, is he a sexy boy without his nose and with?
He's kind of
sad?
he's kind of sexy. Yeah, he's sad and sexy.
He's a
I can
sad boy.
Yeah, he's a sexy sad boy for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
He's cool. Like, he's like styled like a Western gunslinger.
Yeah,
and he's got like
yeah.
a flowing poncho in the wind, and the cinematography, especially in the open wasteland, they make him look like Clint Eastwood. Yeah, he's super sexy.
The man with no name. The ghoul with
Yeah.
no name.
The Ghoul with no
That's
name.
With no name.
Actually,
I
what
mean,
it is.
he literally is called the Ghoul. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Dave. Thank you, Mike, and thank you to myself for those ones.
Thank you to
let's say
myself
so
as
yourself.
well.
Yeah. Let's go through one more time. So, Scream 7 is my upcoming. Dave, yours is Fallout
Season 2.
Season 2, and Mike.
American Horror Story 13.
Very nice.
Keep 'em rolling.
All right. So, Dave, are you ready? It is time for
There
the
you go.
big discussion. Doom, doom, doom.
Get those reclamation hands ready. Yeah.
I got a nice reclining chair ready to go.
All right.
Mine doesn't recline. I'm ready to go with the answer in. Yeah.
Okay, here is your big discussion topic of the week. Which horror slasher killer would be the most successful if they were put into another slasher's franchise?
Oh, that's a fun question. So we got to pick the killer. We got to pick the other franchise.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and then explain why. Why would they be most successful? In a way, would they be more successful than the actual horror killer in that franchise? Have a little think.
See, my mind is going to. This is horror adjacent, but it's going to the bit in Last Action Hero when the bad guy gets put in the real world and he realizes there's no consequences to what he's doing.
Right.
So I'm trying to think of like a horror villain who's got like a like the good guy is always like there with him, kind of thing, like the Joker and Batman, and then you put someone like the Joker in another world that doesn't have this good character, so he's like he could just do whatever the fuck he wants at that point, like he's untethered. So I'm trying to think of a character like that.
Who would you untether then in the real world if you were going to put them in the Last Action Hero world and then into ours? Let's look like three worlds in one. Where are they going in our own world?
Yeah, I mean, like, well, Freddy could just like demolish everywhere and anywhere if he wanted to, couldn't he? Like,
Yeah, he's overpowered in a way.
ridiculously overpowered. And if he was put in, he doesn't have a good like a protagonist that's always stopping him, though. Is the thing? Like, I feel like, yeah. I mean, if you take like Dracula outside of a lot of those movies where there's Van Helsing, he's effectively immortal and unstoppable, and like he has nobody to keep him in check. Those kind of things.
Well, he would surely turn the whole world into vampires eventually. Like
Yeah,
like the
essentially.
plague would turn everyone. It'd be like Salem's Lot.
Yeah. Which is indeed an awesome setup. I mean, my mind always just goes back to Chucky. I want to put Chucky somewhere, honestly.
I
That's
like
always,
this. always Chucky.
yeah. But where though?
In what other horror? Why would he be successful in a different franchise?
I mean, he could outsmart everybody in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, couldn't he?
Yeah, well,
Chucky
I think
and-
anybody could.
Chucky in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre would be hilarious. I
Yeah.
love that.
I feel like I'd want to see like Chucky palling it with the Gremlins. Like, I feel like they'd get along really well,
Oh,
and like
that's
the
cool.
Gremlins
That's fun,
would be
yeah.
like his buddies, his little helper fiends, like as he's doing his horror-y business. I'd be down with that.
Go on, Dave.
I'm now thinking of like horror villains that would be like best buddies if you put one of them in
Yeah,
the other
that's
one's
a
well.
good way of looking at it. That's fun. Dave, what do you have in your back pocket?
I mean, like, my first thought was Michael Myers, like,
Yeah.
since he's not as explicitly supernatural and overpowered as Freddy. Freddy just feels like cheating. But you could put Michael Myers in like a pseudo, like more realistic, like put him in like the Saw franchise. And he'll like destroy the whole town with those incompetent ass cops.
Yeah, yeah. I'd love to.
No, you're not convinced?
I am. I like it.
I'd like to put the villain from Smile somewhere just to see the chaos ensue, because it already ensues in the Smile world, in effect. But
Could
like,
we see it? Could we see it happen in Halloween franchise, like the Smile Killer and
in
in
Michael
Haddonfield.
Myers
Yeah.
in a
Both of them.
complete duel forever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, what would be fun about that though is that you're taking the Smile entity, which basically has no like adversary, and you take it to Haddonfield, and then you have like Dr. Loomis trying to like outsmart it.
Yeah.
I mean that would be fun.
In a cabin in the woods type situation where it's like trying to tackle one supernatural beast at a time. Like, yeah.
it's quite a difficult question in a way because you have to link up another horror franchise. You have to kind of creatively think of how it would fit in that world as well. But you almost want the two killers to go up against each other and butt heads. If it's like they're placed in their world in their prime of killing. It's like it's like that Freddy versus Jason type.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought you were going to mention that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was also thinking, since Mike said adversaries, about like pitting like horror heroes and villains against
Yeah,
each other.
that's now what Ash
Yeah.
versus Evil Dead. Against
Basically, Ash versus
Ash
whoever.
versus
That's
everyone.
what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah. Ash versus the aliens from Alien. Or
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to see that. Like the aliens.
Or like a
taking
chainsaw off with Leatherface, right? Like a chainsaw duel.
Yeah.
Get Dennis Hopper from Texas Chainsaw 2 in there as well. Yeah.
my favourite Texas Chainsaw film. So anyway,
It is great, but it's not the best. Come on.
See, yeah, if I'm just saying, like, I love these movies and just want to see a movie with both of them in, then, Ash versus Chucky would be my ultimate dream movie, especially with Tiffany in it as well. Like, yeah, that would be great.
I don't know. Like, do you think like there's something so evil that Chucky would align himself with Ash and they team up?
Well, yeah, I mean, he definitely, even in the Evil Dead world, right? I don't think he wouldn't align himself with the
Deadites.
legitimate demons.
Yeah.
So I feel like they would be best friends and pals. I don't know how well that. I feel like Chucky would be kind of useless against Deadites, but like he could do his best.
But Ash would just be like throwing him at them.
Yeah, it's like projectile Chucky, projectile doll. Yeah.
How about you, Joe? What's your answer? You've had some time to think about it.
No, I've had plenty of time, but I haven't actually thought of an answer.
Okay.
I'm like you guys. Who would I want to see? I kind of want to do something with Alien, but I want to see Alien in Haddonfield. I want to see Alien in Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah, to be fair, that is actually what I want to see. Is just
Yeah.
the alien in like a modern city.
Just way out
Yeah,
of space.
exactly.
What
Which
do you
is
mean?
basically-
We've got AVP too.
Shut up.
Alien in a modern city in a good film.
Alien in
Yeah.
London or something.
Alien-
Oh, back to the council blocks again.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Alien in Attack the Block. Yeah.
Alien goes to university. Like I want to see.
or what, like the aliens from Starship Troopers, all like 10 million of them versus like
Well, the bugs versus the necromorphs.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
vers-
the necromorphs from Dead Space. We get those in.
yeah, all the bugs from Mimic like have a bug off essentially. Yeah.
We've gone way off topic now.
I would like to see Michael Myers in the 28 Days Later franchise. I want to see how he goes up against zombies.
Well, that would be fun.
And does he become a zombie if he's bitten?
No,
is that
no,
in
he's
his rule set?
supernatural. No.
Joe, I'm going to try and say this without spoiling, but you know the bus scene in the Bone Temple?
Yeah.
I thought you
Okay.
meant Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, I want to see the creeper. I want to see the creeper go.
somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
In anything, just get him in.
Yeah.
Get him in the bin, I say.
Oh, come on, what are you
No.
saying? Stupid Dave.
Me? What did I say? You're the asshole
said
talking about the
you
creeper.
Hated on the creeper.
No, the bus scene. You know the bus scene I'm talking about.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
Bone Temple. But it's instead of like who's in that, it's Michael Myers instead.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That would
I
be
like
so
that.
cool. Come on.
Yeah. I want to see the creeper go, go up against Freddy Krueger. And,
Right.
I don't know
Does
why.
the creeper sleeps for like 27
Exactly.
years?
Oh,
So
26
gonna-
years
Yeah.
of dreams.
He's gonna have to like survive for ages before he can get
Yeah,
his hands
so
on.
that's the dream. It's like an acid attack like, on the creeper, but the creeper's so evil. Like they go up against each other, and the creeper has all the same move sets as Freddy. So like they have their pros and they have their cons, and in their little dream world.
Do they? When does Freddy ever do like anything? When has he ever scrabbled up walls? I'd love to see him do that.
He
but,
definitely
like,
does. Mate, he does that. And he licks shit. Like, it's a pretty good match, I say. How about this?
Well, they're both licky boys. That's true.
Yeah. That's all you need to be a dream team. How about like Freddy Krueger stalking a bunch of humans in the creeper's fucked up nightmare dreams? There's a good film.
There you go.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, I
love
mean,
that.
including Freddy is good just off the off because then you get the dream world as a bonus. So yeah, you get like put what you want in the dream world essentially. There must be other killers that use some form of like a dream.
What about what's it called? The Cell. Vincent D'Onofrio in The Cell.
Yeah.
What
I
about
vaguely remember that movie.
What about
yeah.
Hellraiser? Something like that. We could
See, I was thinking that because that's also one of my favourites with Pinhead and the
Yeah,
Cenobites.
we could have Pinhead versus the Creeper versus Freddy.
Yeah, but they don't really fight. Is the whole thing in the good ones? Like, if we're including the shit ones, where he's just some kind of
Slasher.
weird, chain wielding spiky man. Yeah, but
Chain wielding spiky man.
Is that how they went in the script? If you're looking at the audio description, that's
yeah, that's what Netflix says. Yeah,
yeah. I think there's a
What
lot
about like Jaws? Like,
Oh,
what if,
yeah.
what if we put Jaws against?
Well, Jaws in London.
Jaws in the Thames.
Yeah. Well, now we're
Like
just
Under
describing
Paris?
Under Paris, which is
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
That's a great film. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a great.
Jaws the shark.
Yeah, he is called Jaws the Shark. That is well known. Yeah. I'm trying to think of more horror villains. What, like, completely... Because if you put someone like Hannibal Lecter, who's, like, pretty prim and proper and, you know, like, he's a sensible man, and put him in the Texas Chainsaw world, like, how is he going to react to that? Like,
He'd be so disgusted all the time.
yeah.
If he sees what those people eat, like...
Yeah.
What about, like, is there someone, again, we could go back to last week's question. We could put Hannibal Lecter in the Jigsaw universe and have
Battle of
Hannibal-
Wits.
Yeah.
But we know I'd win because I won the discussion.
Yeah.
Smartest.
No,
Whoa. It's still up in the air as far as I'm concerned. Not definitive.
What if Hannibal gets caught up in one of Jigsaw's traps or something like that? How does Hannibal react to that?
I mean, come on. Like, he's not getting out of that. It depends on the trap, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, loads of people get out of Jigsaw's traps, though. It's not like they're inescapable.
All of them technically escapable.
Yeah, that's his whole deal, isn't it? Like, original old man Jigsaw always has a way out. Yeah.
In
You
theory.
just have to suffer.
I felt like
theory.
Lecter would kick his ass. Yeah.
yeah.
What if they go into an actual fist fight, then for sure.
Yeah.
What about someone?
Decrepit Tobin Bell.
Could we bring Norman Bates into a universe? Could we put Norman Bates in Haddonfield? I was about to say that's not what I want to do.
But he's just a man, though.
Yeah, he'd also
Like,
he'd have a terrible time everywhere.
Yeah,
just
he
What
hate
what
it.
if he owned a hotel in London? Like something like that.
You mean a flat in a tower block? Yeah.
Yeah. All my creative ideas happen in tower blocks in London, apparently.
Yeah.
Bates
Well,
B&B.
what about what we said at Fright Fest, where we've got the Moon Man versus Cognitive? Yeah, the obscure ass reference that I'm dropping now.
No
to,
one's
like,
going to know that.
For sure, our one fan has not seen either of those films.
no, if one of the people that met us at Fright Fest are now watching it, they'll be like, yeah,
Yeah.
This guy.
yeah.
I mean, that film, Moon Man, is never going to get a release, is it? Like,
It
that's-
should though, just for
Gross.
the. I just want someone to upload the Moon Man bit. I don't give a fuck about the rest of the movie, but the.
Oh god, there's so many possibilities. I think we've done a pretty good job at exploring a few of them. But I reckon if perhaps you might have one we've completely neglected to have a look at, please put it in the comments. Let us know what you would do, how you would do it, and we'll give you a shout out and explore your theory next week and next time we get together. I'd really like to see that, so we can explore that down the line. So make sure to sort of like, share, and subscribe to all the content. There's lots more coming out, lots more new ideas. We're going to discuss round at the pub at some point, and we're going to see you expanding different things and adding different things in. And I have to say, big thank you to Alison for that question this week.
Yeah, just
It was
before
a
we
great
slightly
question,
move
great
on,
question.
I've thought that I just want doll on
Go
doll
on.
violence, so I want
Doll on
Megan,
doll.
Megan and Chucky in the same universe is what I want,
Nice.
actually. Like supernatural doll versus mechanical doll. Yeah.
Great. What about you, Dave? Have you got any definitive answers?
That's mine, I think. Yeah.
Not as good as Doll and Doll.
Yeah.
So I win again.
No.
By your own admission. Yeah.
I want to see the Creeper in anyone else's universe. That'll make me happy.
The Creeper from Jeepers Creepers versus the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers 2.
The older, wiser Creeper.
Yeah,
from
with
Jeepers
more tongue action. Yeah.
Yeah.
The pervy Creeper versus the relatively scary one.
Yeah. But yeah, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the content. Thank you very much to Alison for bringing that question in this week. And thank you to Dave and Mike again, my co-hosts here on the podcasts each and every week. And we'll be back next time with more. So see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.